It's not possible. I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Committee on Parole is reconvening. We're at Caldwell Parish on Thursday, April 25th, 2024. It's 10:17 a.m. And you are Mr. Foster?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any staff member in the room with you?
Sergeant Kennedy, sir. Ma'am.
Thank you, Sarge, for accommodating us today. Mr. Foster, would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and DOC number.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Sabario Foster, DOC number 581496.
Yes, sir, Mr. Foster. And let me introduce the panel to you. I'm Cheryl Renatza. Mrs. Stapleton is seated to my left. Mr. Freeman is to my right. We have some folks here in Baton Rouge with us. We have Terrence Wynn, LaWanda Finney, and Felicia Lewis, who will be speaking in your behalf. We have some other folks who have joined us by Zoom. Family members. Your brother Braylon, your aunt Sydney, cousin Stormy, your godmother Tian Hall, cousin Toshiba, friend Olivia, aunt Tammy, and Lorinda, a friend, who are all here in support.
Yes, ma'am.
The folks who are here in the room with us will be speaking on your behalf. First, I'll read some identifying information to the record. I'll ask you to confirm it, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Freeman. Your case has been assigned to him. He'll be asking the interview questions.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll ask Sergeant Kennedy if there's anything he can add. We'll hear from the speakers, and at the end, you'll be allowed to make a statement before we vote.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? So, Mr. Foster, you're classified as a third felony offender. You're currently serving a 10-year sentence. You were sentenced April 18 of 2022 as a habitual offender for one count of negligent homicide. Your parole eligibility date was April 6th of this year. You have an adjusted good time date of January 9, 2031. Is that information correct?
Well, yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is.
Well, I just finished classes, so I think my adjusted date changed a little bit.
Oh, so you may have an updated good time date. Okay, that's good. You can answer Mr. Freeman's questions, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Foster, how old are you?
I'm 33.
And how many years have you served on this charge?
Like 2.5.
Okay, and what's your educational level?
Some college.
Okay, Mr. Foster, let's get down to it. Were you driving or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and had you been drinking?
Yes, sir. I was celebrating my birthday with family members at my grandmother's house, and sir,
how old, what you made that day?
29.
29. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay, you had another passenger with you, a Mr. Taylor.
Yes, sir.
Okay, was he injured?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you were just nervous when they first stopped you? Because I see where at first you said, no, I wasn't driving, he was.
No, actually I had hit my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really understand none of the questions they was asking me.
What would you say to the victim's family if you had a chance to talk to them?
To the Pierre family, I accept full accountability for my actions because no one deserved to bury a child. Because I watched my mother suffer from the pain and the hurt of losing two of my brothers, and I witnessed the pain that she goes through every day. And I pray every day for their strength, healing, and forgiveness. And I hold myself accountability because Miss Pierre wasn't just a victim. She was a friend, a classmate. And, during school football season, she supported me, to know that I was involved in her loss. it really hurted me. Still hurts me to today.
Okay. You've been on probation a few times. What happened? I see you got revoked.
Well, back in 2011, I was on probation. I was under the influence when I got out on probation that once I paid my money, I was done sinning.
But you got arrested for something while on probation?
Yes, sir.
All right. Looking at the law enforcement, the judge is opposed. This attorney is strongly opposed. He says you have demonstrated a continuing danger to the community, and our office believes he is highly likely to reoffend based on the totality of this case. So the DA is strongly opposed. James E. Stewart, Sheriff Prater was the sheriff at the time. His chief deputy was opposed. Chief Wayne Smith is opposed. There's nothing you can do about this. Your family, LaWanda, Penny, Felicia Foster, and T. Ann Hall, they're all very much in favor of you coming home. When we contacted the victim, they didn't want to make a formal statement. They said they're going to leave it up to the powers that be to make the decision. So they've kind of left it up to us. What about all this speed? I mean, this bothers me. I looked at your rap sheet and you have 10 traffic offenses. Why you like to drive fast?
Well, some of them come from being when I was a little younger, but that night, then the night of the accident, well, I was just in the car with my uncle, we didn't have any alcohol in the car, but we were just on the way back to my grandmother's house and we would listen to music, and before you know it, I didn't even notice I was at that high rate of speed.
And you was at 100, huh? 99.
Yes, sir.
99. Is this a freeway or interstate or just a road?
This is like a road.
All right. Where are you gonna stay?
Me and my wife own a family home that we share with our kids.
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
All together, we have a total of 5.
Okay. Do they come visit you? You still have contact with them?
Yes, sir. I have a 2-year-old that I haven't even got the hold. And when I'm on the phone talking with the other kids and I tell them I love them, she's about to be 2 and she tell me, "Love you too, Dad." And I ain't even got to hold her yet.
Yeah, that's a bad thing. And what about your sobriety plan? What are you gonna do to stay sober?
Well, for me being incarcerated, I don't want to drink again because, like, before I was incarcerated, I had my life together. Sure.
Where were you working when you got incarcerated?
I have a class ACDL. I was working at CNC Oil Field Services.
Right, okay, I saw that. Are you still working out there? Are you in work release?
No, sir. But I talk to them every other week.
Veteran file.
Yeah, they waiting on me.
They waiting on you. Okay, I have no further questions.
Sir, the classes that you've attended while you've been incarcerated, what are some of them that you went to?
I took understanding and reducing anger feelings, anger management. I took living in balance 1, living in balance 2. I took cage raids, and I'm also enrolled in thinking for a change at the moment.
So you wrote a victim accountability letter? Did you? Or no?
Yes, ma'am.
You did? That's a good thing to do. And you said Miss Pierre was a friend from school?
Yes, ma'am. We was classmates.
They were classmates? How did the wreck occur? You said you were on a road. Was it like a 2-lane road or something like that? And you traveled 100 miles, well, 99 miles an hour?
It's a 4-lane road.
Okay. You just lost control of your vehicle and hit her? Is that what happened?
No, man, well, she actually turned in front of me.
He turned in front of you?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have any other questions.
So tell us about, so how long you been in Thinking for Change?
I just started it last week.
What did you get out of so far of living in balance?
Well, living in balance, it's taught me different. You know, it taught me that not only did I affect, it taught me to take full accountability of my actions, and it taught me to realize that the impact that I caused not only affected the victim family, but also it affected my family.
They're victims too.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Sergeant Kennedy, is there anything you can tell us about Mr. Foster?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Foster came to us in October of last year. He ain't had no kind of disciplinary problems. He's been a model inmate. He ain't gotten in any kind of trouble at all. He's been doing classes, and our program instructor stated that he never missed a day class. He even broke his foot and still managed to make it to class. And from what the Concordia instructors was able to tell us, he actively pursued his enrollment for the Living in Balance. And he is still in the Thinking for a Change, and he's due to graduate from that in June.
All right, good. Well, thank you very much. That's helpful information.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll hear from, let's hear from Miss Felicia first. Yes, please.
Members of the parole board, I just want to take the time to thank you for the opportunity to keep getting my husband.
Now, you need to speak a little louder because we want him to be able to hear you also. He can see you. We don't just want him to be able to hear you.
I met Savoria 8 years ago. And 8 years ago, if you would have asked me if I seen myself in a long-term relationship, let alone a marriage with Savoria, the answer would have been absolutely not. Savoria's past and everything that I've heard about him and his past history, he just wasn't the type of guy that I would see myself with. But one thing about my husband, he is very consistent. Consistency is always key. He was so consistent that I was curious. I was curious to know, like, what are your intentions? What are your goals? I'll never forget the day that I decided to have a conversation with him, because I'm the type of person that if I see that you're trying, I want to help. So I'll never forget the day we had a conversation, and we sat down at dinner and I asked him, said, what are your goals? What are your intentions? Where do you see yourself 2 or 3 years from now? I never forget, he told me, you know, yes, I have a past, but I want to be a changed man. I want to build my relationship with God. I want to be better. I'll be honest, I didn't believe a word he was saying. I said, so where do you see yourself 2 or 3 years from today? He said, well, I'm praying and I've been manifesting. And that really, to hear him say that, it caught my eye. I was like, okay, you can manifest. You don't hear it usually from a guy. I haven't heard any guy that I've ever dated that they've been praying and manifesting. And I'm a woman of God, so it really just, it tricked me. And I definitely, he told me 12 things that he was manifesting, but 6 of those 12 things stood out to me. He said, I want to go back to school. I want to work in my career. I want to start a career. I want to get married. I want to purchase a home. I want to purchase a car. And I want to start a family. My husband, I can stand here today and I can say that I am so proud of him. He put in the hard work and the dedication. And he conquered everything that he had on his list. All those 12 things, plus more that he manifested, he did. My husband is a hardworking man. He went to school, he got his CDLs. Most of the things that he's accomplished after this tragic accident. And I also would like to send my condolences to the family. My prayers are always with them. My husband, he had his CDL, but he works in the oil field, also drives trucks. He's a very hardworking man. He's also a dedicated father to our. My husband he loves those kids with everything they do. I've never met a man that loves their kids like he do. He's very active in their life. Even while he's been incarcerated, he has did everything in his time. He hasn't let it dictate him being a father to our kids. He has done everything in his power. He still prays with them over the phone. He helps them at homework over the phone. He does everything that he can to motivate them and, just be there, try to be there with them. Before Gregorio came to prison, I was pregnant with our daughter. And of course he missed the birth from him being in prison. That was very, very stressful for not just him, but for me as well. It was so stressful because the things that we see on TV that goes on in prison, those are real life things.
Can you wrap it up for us, Ms. Felicia? I'm sorry, we're just on a time schedule.
Yes, ma'am. So those are real life things that happen in jail. And my husband would call me and he would tell me about, he's seen someone get stabbed 20 times. He's seen someone overdose on synthetic drugs. And there's nothing that I could do besides pray with him on a 15-minute phone call. And that was so stressful for me during that time while I was pregnant. It was so stressful to the point I almost lost our daughter. But glory to God, she's here today. She's healthy, she's smart, and she's so deserving of this opportunity to have her father at home. I just would like to say to the board today that 8 years ago, I took a chance on Saborio, on my husband, and that was the best decision that I could have ever made in my life. I'd just like to ask the board today to please speak in your hearts, to take a chance on him and giving him this opportunity to complete the rest of his benefit along with his family. My daughter turns 2 in July, and this will be the best birthday gift that any child could ever ask for to have again. Celebrate with him.
Thank you. Ms. Finney?
Good morning. First, I would like to send my music sincerely to the Pierre family. I know there's some pain that they're doing. I haven't endured their pain, so I know exactly what they're feeling and the pain they're going through. Because I endured the same pain. And second, I just want to tell my son Savario, I'm proud of you for being accountable for this accident, being the man that you are today. And I'm going to be here from the beginning to the end. Board, I would like to tell you all, I thank you all for this opportunity. And also to tell Pierre, I really appreciate them for supporting Sabario, even through their grieving time. They still supported Sabario in rehab. They came there, they prayed for him. And I just want to say thank you for that. And I just want to ask you all to have mercy on my son and please send him home. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Terrence, your turn.
Thank y'all for this opportunity. I want to say, as an executive director of Pikes, that we support Sabario. He's displayed everything that a person that's incarcerated is supposed to display when someone has lost their life. And the family are the deceased has shown that they don't hold anything against him. But Sabario has pivoted from this tragedy. He's become a better person, a better man, and a better father. He's enlisted in the programs as needed. And I think that if he was given another chance, he's going to come home and be a real big help for our community, especially with our program. As we go around talking to kids, trying to show them the right way, he could definitely show kids why it's not safe to drink and try to drive. He can just speak, he can speak to them and through the experiences, because it wasn't with matters that with this incident happened, it was just with bad choices and decisions. But we support him, and if given a chance, I'm sure that he would not let y'all down. Thank y'all.
All right, thank you. All right, Sabario, what would you like to tell us before we go?
To the PR family, I take full accountability, and I'm truly sorry. I pray every day. And to the parole board, I take full accountability for my actions. And I assure you that if I'm granted parole today, you will have no regrets. I'll continue being the best version of me for my wife and kids, and continue being an impact on the ones that's around me. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Vote.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Freeman.
Okay, Mr. Foster, first off, I enjoyed interviewing you today. You know, you have a very good head on your shoulders. Unfortunately, the crime that you committed is a very serious one, and there was loss of life. And there was negligence. I mean, you were doing 99, you were drinking. And you got a 10-year sentence, which is, to be honest with you, pretty lean. So, you know, I think you're headed definitely in the right direction. I think you've been headed in the right direction. You have great family support. Appreciate them being here. But 4.5 years and someone lost their life, I think you need to serve a little bit more time and reapply. My vote is to deny.
Mrs. Stapleton.
Based upon everything that Mr. Freeman said, I do agree. I also want to thank you and your family for the love, obviously, that you've shown the Pierre family, considering their loss. Sometimes you don't even hear the name of the victim at anything. So I thought that was very, very good of all of y'all. And I agree, you know, given a little bit more time, come back and reapply. It's not against you. It's just that we have a loss of life here and only 4 years of a 10-year sentence. And we do have extreme law enforcement opposition. But I agree with Mr. Freeman. I wish you well. And I think if you do everything that you say you're going to do and continue with your classes, I don't have any reservations that you won't do well for the rest of your life.
Mr. Foster, my vote today would be to grant you parole. We had very positive remarks by Sergeant Kennedy, and he gave us some remarks made by the folks at Concordia. There is no apparent victim opposition. You've got lots of support we can see. You know, I do know there's law enforcement and judicial opposition, but I believe after talking to you and hearing your family, I think you would do well. I would require that you finish thinking for change first, but I'm just one vote. And so you've received 2 votes to deny your parole. So today, sorry, your parole's been denied. You are encouraged to reapply just as soon as you're eligible to do so. We'll send you the information on how soon you can reapply.
Yes, ma'am. Can
Stay the course.
y'all send me to like extents 7 degrees like class like Steve Harder program? Can y'all?
Make that recommendation.
Yeah.
We'll put that on your parole certificate and make that recommendation. Thanks for asking.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sergeant Kennedy, that, I believe that concludes our business in Caldwell. We're going to sign off. It's 10:42. Thanks for coming.
Ma'am.